G'day folks, welcome back to another update on the world markets. It's the 12th of August 2024. Now we've after that recent decline last week, we've hit some major support and now it's bounced since then. And we're currently resting around some minor resistance areas on the world markets. Before we go any further, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And if you want to support us more, go to the Patreon page and buy me a cup of coffee there. Any contributions would be appreciated. So let's look at the heat map first off. We've got in the middle here, you can see the commodities, but at the bottom we've got the markets, and you can still see we're pretty much still neutral on the monthly and daily timeframes, but bearish on the weekly, our intermediate time frame there. So this neutrality on the daily is giving us a bit of a pause. So it's made a slight bounce, as I said, but we may see it further move to the upside if the market gets more confident. But the sentiment out there is pretty bearish at the moment, so we'll keep an eye on that as we go forward. So first looking at the S&P 500. Now on the monthly here, it's broken down into a neutral positioning, as I said, but we're still moving higher on the price chart. Now you will notice we've got a bearish divergence currently playing out, and that possibly has started to retrace to the downside as evidenced by last week's movements. But again, still look pretty bullish on the price chart, but take note of this bearish divergence on the CCI. On the weekly, we've also got another bearish move on the CCI, and it's actually you can see there versus the higher highs on the price, made a break to the downside, broke below these moving averages of the price. And on the daily, likewise, we've had a pretty bearish move in the last week or two, and you can see there it's currently broken above into a neutral positioning. Now if we jump to the 1 hour chart and we use the daily as a reference, you would have taken short trades from the 18th of July and go back to the 18th of July. That was back here. And if I put in the short entries there, you would have taken those short entries where the CCI broke down as well as the price below the moving averages. But always take note of these bullish divergence. We had a few of those, and I've marked it with these little rectangles indicating a bounce. Now since then I've drawn a Fibonacci between this range here, and you can see there the price is currently resting just above the 50% level of this Fibonacci range, and if it breaks much higher than that, that's a minor resistance we've got there, and if it breaks much higher than that, we're going to look at it potentially breaking higher than that 61% possibly. And if it does that, then that's a slight bullish move to the upside, which we'll take note of. But at the moment, notice the CCI is still moving higher. The price is somewhat stabilized, and we'll see what happens when the US market opens tonight. Looking at the GermanDax. Now the GermanDax has also had a pretty long-term bearish divergence on the monthly time frame. Similar to the S&P, you can see there it's pulled back somewhat. It hasn't broken into this moving average range yet. On the weekly, another bearish divergence there, a smaller one, but notice it's hit our target area. That's a 23-38% level of that smaller range. Now I've got here another potential break to the downside. I've got a Fibonacci retracement here. You can see there it's coming just short of the 50% level and bounced. And if we go to the daily chart, you can see there that's broken into a neutral positioning after being bearish for a number of days. And if we jump to the 1 hour chart, I've got a smaller Fibonacci range there. You can see that's also sitting around the 50% level. Now again, if it breaks much higher than that, we're going to see it break to the 61% and then see if it keeps going higher. The CCI is still moving to the upside, so I wouldn't be going long at this point, nor would I be going short if I was trading on the 1 hour time frame or the intraday. I'd like to see this break more positively higher to be bullish, to go long on the hourly, or to go short. I'd like to see it break down again like it did back here to be more bearish on it. So again, just hold your horses, don't take any trades until we see a break up or down on that daily chart. The Japanese Nikkei is still just broken into a bearish momentum. It's broken into that moving average range of the price chart, so it's bearish on the CCI. On the weekly, it's been bearish now for a number of months, and you would have taken short trades if you were trading on the daily, you would have taken short trades from the 1st of April 2024. And you can see there, if I zoom out, we did draw a Fibonacci retracement with this bearish divergence versus higher highs on the price, broke down, hit our 23-38% target of that Fibonacci range. That's currently sitting around the 23% level of that Fibonacci on the weekly. On the daily, it's actually broken down. We had a smaller bearish divergence there, broke down, hit our target there, 23.38% level. They're all independent, by the way. Again, bounced off that minor support at 33.80. Now it's currently sitting on this resistance at 35.935. And going to the hourly chart, again, currently it's neutral, so I'd avoid going long or short on the intraday if you're trading on the intraday. But on this smaller Fibonacci range, you can see there it's just bounced off that 61% a couple of times. That also aligns with our resistance there at 35.935. So again, the CCI is still moving higher. I'd like to see this break a lot higher to be more bullish. But again, wait for the daily to break bullish if you're going to go long on the hourly. Or alternatively, if it breaks down again, we want to see it break below that moving average to be bearish. On the NASDAQ, on the monthly, it's turned down into a neutral positioning after being bullish for some time. Again, we've got a bearish divergence here on the CCI versus higher highs on the price. Now, we did draw a Fibonacci retracement here on the monthly, and his target area at 23.38%. It's just, when it bounced down there, it just missed that 23% level, and it's currently sitting at this level here on around, what is that? It's about 18,560. If we zoom into the weekly, you can see there it's actually had another bearish divergence there. If I zoom out, that bearish divergence there came close to our target area. In that shorter range, it actually hit our target there on the smaller range. And on the daily, we've got another Fibonacci range there, broke below our target area, 23.38% level. Bounced off that key support at 17,245 and currently resting on this 18,573, which is also aligned with this diagonal ascending trend line. You can see there it's been fluctuating up and down along that line quite nicely. Now, going to the hourly chart, again, that's hitting this key or minor resistance at 18,573 after bouncing off that support. There is no divergence to talk of on the hourly. We did have, as I said, a bearish divergence back here on the daily. It's hit its target, but at the moment on the hourly, the CCI slowly is still rising, but again, it's hit this minor resistance at 18,573. So if you got value out of the video, hit that like and subscribe button. Support us more on the Patreon, where we look at bullish shares each week. Thanks for watching, and see you in a future video.